Bitter criticism reading something from Al Jazeera Economy. As you saw, the most beautiful front page from an app. Let's see topics, economy. I give zero fucks to Boeing. I don't know why they are talking too much about it. Well, there's a lot of news about the economy. Yeah, this Elon Musk news was interesting, but this another is more. Look. So sometimes Al Jazeera made huge articles about that. I hope this is not this case, because I don't read actually half an hour articles. Democratic Party candidate for President Kamala Harris and her Republican opponent Donald Trump have raised billions of dollars between them. Explainer, show us the money. How big money dominates the 2024 U.S. election? Each election cycle, billions of dollars flow into U.S. political campaigns. But where does all this cash come from? By Al Jazeera staff, October 21st, from yesterday. The 2024 U.S. presidential election is on track to be the costliest election in modern history. When Joe Biden dropped out of the 2024 race in June and backed Vice President Kamala Harris to face former President Donald Trump, it triggered a huge flow of cash to the Democrats. In the 24 hours after Harris announced her candidacy, $81 million flooded her campaign fund. Harris' campaign has been a major cash cow for the Democratic Party. She set a new record, pulling in $1 billion in 3 months. She entered October with a huge cash advantage over Trump, having outraised the Republican Party candidate almost 3-1. In September, pulling in $378 million. Harris has also edged Trump in the battle for small donors. Despite a smaller war chest, Trump still has deep pockets, raising $160 million in September. At a June event, Trump walked away with $50 million after addressing donors for roughly 45 minutes. And thanks to his loyal base, when he was found guilty of falsifying business records in May, Trump used his conviction to raise $52.8 million in about 24 hours, according to his campaign. Trump also leveraged an assassination attempt and his New York mugshot to extract millions from donors. Former U.S. President and Republican candidate Donald Trump has not raised as much money as his opponent in the presidential election, Vice President Kamala Harris. What are the rules of funding? In the U.S., campaign finance is regulated by a series of laws which aim to prevent corruption while promoting transparency. The Federal Election Commission, FEC, enforces these rules. Individuals, organizations, and companies can contribute to political campaigns, but there are limits on how much they can give directly to candidates. Individuals usually contribute the lion's share of any given candidate's campaign funds. Wealthier donors tend to give more. Legally, individuals can donate up to $3,300 per candidate per election in the 2024 cycle. Both parties have federal and state level committees that also raise money. Candidates can also self-fund, as Trump has partially done in the past. And we have a photograph from Democrats have rallied behind Kamala Harris since she became the party's nominee for president after President Joe Biden dropped out of the race. What's a super PAC? There are ways to get around the contribution limits, political action committees, PACs, and super PACs, which play a monumental role in US elections. PACs pool contributions from members and donate them to campaigns with limits of 5,000 per candidate per year. PACs often represent industries like oil or aerospace, or focus on issues like climate change or gun rights. Super PACs created after 2010 Supreme Court ruling are founded by individuals, unions, and corporations. Unlike PACs, they can donate unlimited amounts to independent organizations linked to a candidate, but cannot give to or coordinate directly with campaigns. And that freedom allows the wealthy to pump as much money as they want to support their preferred candidate. So far, outside spending from these groups has totaled approximately $2.8 billion since 2010, according to Open Secrets, a non-partisan group tracking money in politics. Much of that money funds are visiting, mailing, canvassing, and online presence. And there's a photo of Elon Musk. Tesla and SpaceX CEO and significant monetary Trump donor Elon Musk walks to the stage to speak alongside Republican presidential candidate former President Donald Trump at a campaign event at the Butler Farm Show Saturday, October 5. What's the impact? The influence of money in politics raises concerns. Super PACs especially open the door for significant contributions, often raising questions about whether elections truly reflect the will of the people or that of elite donors. Elon Musk, controversial tech billionaire and the world's richest person who endorsed Trump, announced in July that he planned to donate about $45 million monthly to American PAC, a Trump-supporting super PAC that he set up. His fundraising efforts focus on voter registration and early voting in battleground states have faced scrutiny. Meanwhile, Median Adelson, the conservative billionaire, donated $95 million to another super PAC supporting Trump. CNN has reported the rise of dark money contributions not required to disclose donors has also made transparency harder to achieve. Open Secrets reported an unprecedented surge in dark money during the 2023 and 2024 cycles, which could surpass the $660 million from unknown sources in 2020. In some cases, PACs and super PACs are even a way of influencing another party from the one to the donor supports. For example, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee AIPAC, which specifically aims to fund candidates who back Israel and support the opponents of those who don't, was found to be the biggest source of money from Republican aligned donors to Democrats in the latter's primaries earlier this year, according to an analysis by Politico. That money successfully helped to defeat Jamal Bowman and Cody Bush, two pro-Palestinian progressives in the House of Representatives during their primaries this year. And we have a photograph. Early voting has begun in 2024 election, but millions are still being pumped into support candidates and reach people who have not yet voted. What's being done? Campaign finance reform could help balance the scales, but efforts at advocating for stricter donation limits, transparency, and public financing have not gained traction at the federal level. In 2022, President Biden called dark money a serious threat to democracy and urged Congress to pass a campaign finance bill requiring political groups to disclose big donors. Senate Republicans blocked the bill. There are state initiatives, however, helping balance the scales. New York City has a public matching system where small dollar donations are matched by public funds, amplifying the voices of more modest contributors over large donors. Other efforts like the Honest Ads Act had aimed to make political advertising more transparent by providing more information on the people buying the advertisements. It was folded into the Freedom to Vote Act, but that has failed to pass the US Senate. And that's it. There's a video. There's big money in the US election campaign, but how and where does it all come from? The deep state, the industrial military complex, of course, giving money to Kamala Harris, to the Democrats, a lot of capitalists, the capital interest. Yeah, the deep state, the military industrial complex, making forever wars and giving money to the Democrats, especially the Democrats.